everyone, my name is Zalikha Ratu, Febrini Rahel, and my student number is 250191130. Today, I will explain about two important reading strategies, which are previewing and predicting. These strategies help us understand the text more easily and more quickly. In our daily study, we often read many texts, so these strategies are very helpful for students. And the next slide is, why do we need reading strategies? Reading is not only about understanding vocabulary. Sometimes we understand many words, but we still do not understand the main idea of the text. Because of that, we need reading strategies. Reading strategies help us understand the text faster, find the main idea, and avoid confusion when reading. So, these strategies make reading more effective. For example, sometimes when we read a long text, we feel confused. Reading strategies help us understand the text step by step. And the next slide is two important strategies. Before reading a text carefully, we can use two strategies, which are previewing and predicting. These strategies help us prepare our mind before reading. By using them, we can already have a general idea about the text. So, instead of reading directly from the beginning, we first try to understand the text in a general way. And the next slide is, what is previewing? Previewing means looking at the text quickly before reading it carefully. We do not read every sentence yet. We only look at important parts of the text. Previewing helps us know the topic, see the structure, and get a general idea. Because of this, reading becomes faster and easier to understand. Previewing is like when we look at something first before studying it more deeply. The next slide is, what do we look at? When doing previewing, we should look at several important parts. First, the title, because it usually tells us the topic. And the second one is subheadings, because they show the main section of the text. And the third is, we can also look at the first paragraph and the last paragraph. And in addition, we should notice bold words, picture, cards, or graphs. These parts give us important clues about the text. By doing this, we can quickly understand about the text said about. And the next slide is previewing example. For example, the title is the effect of social media on teenagers. From the title, we know that the topic is social media and the focus is on teenagers. The word effect means the text will discuss the impact of social media. Before reading, we can guess the text may explain the positive and the negative one. And for example, positive effect like communication and information, and the negative effects is like addition or distraction. So, even before reading the text completely, we already have an idea about the topic. The next slide is, what is predicting? Predicting means making a logical guess about what the text will discuss. Predicting is not random guess. It is based on clues from the text and our background knowledge. We can predicting by looking at the title, keywords, subheadings, picture, or cards. Predicting helps us readers be more active while reading. When we predict, our brain becomes more curious about the text. And the next one is example predicting. For example, the title is Why Students Feel Stressed. Why Students Feel Stressed at School. From this title, we can predict that the text will explain the reasons students feel stressed. Some possible predictions are students have too much homework, the exams are difficult, and students do not get enough rest. While reading the text, we check if our predictions are correct. If the information is different, we can change our prediction. This process helps us stay focused when reading. The next slide is previewing and predicting together. Previewing and predicting are often used together. Previewing helps us see the structure of the text, and predicting helps us guess the possible content. And the steps are: preview the content, make prediction, read it carefully, and confirm or change the prediction. By doing these steps, reading becomes more active and interesting. And using previewing and predicting have several benefits. First, it helps the reader understand the text faster. And the second, it helps readers think more critically. And the third, it helps the reader become active readers. These strategies are very useful, especially for students who read academic texts. That says why these strategies are often taught in reading class. And yeah, in conclusion, previewing and predicting are important reading strategies. Previewing helps us see the general idea and structure of the text, and predicting helps us guess the possible content of the text. When we use these strategies, reading becomes easier and more effective. Thank you for your attention. I hope this explanation helped us understand how to read text more effectively. Thank you guys. See you. Bye-bye.